What's going on YouTube? It's JB Tech Fanatic and I'm back again with another video. First, let me start by thanking each and every one of you that have subscribed to my channel and for each and every one of you that have tuned in to watch today. I appreciate you so much, and if you have not hit subscribe yet, I hope you will consider becoming a part of the Tech Fanatic family. Anyway, let's jump right on into it. Guys, I'm back again with the SoundTouch 300 system. But today, I thought that we would finally complete the kit with the virtually invisible speakers. Now, this is an extremely popular system, and I have questions about it every single day. People have ran into a lot of issues with setting it up, or not really issues, but maybe some confusion. So, I do have, if you do not know, 2 other videos. The first one will show you how to completely set it up. It will talk about the SoundTouch 300 and the sub. It will talk about ARC support, and it will feature hooking it up to the Samsung QLED TV. The second one is about multi-room audio. Now, this is an amazing piece of technology. It is capable of doing so many things. It is a soundbar when it's alone. It is a super soundbar with amazing bass when you pair it with the sub. But when you pair it with the virtually invisible speakers, it becomes a full surround sound 5.1 system. Now, some people are aware of that, some people are not. This is labeled as a complete wireless system. Wireless meaning that there is no cord that has to run from the SoundTouch 300 to the sub. There is also no cord that has to run to these virtually invisible speakers. Having said that, wireless does not mean that it does not have to be plugged in. Some people don't understand that, especially when it comes to the virtually invisible speakers. So today we're going to look at these. They do have a plug on them, so they are not battery operated. Now, guys, think of this surround system as kind of, you can just have a soundbar or you can build it to a full sound system. Now, you don't have to do it all at once. That's the beauty about it. If maybe you're on a budget, because let's be honest, this is not the cheapest soundbar system out there, but you could start by buying the SoundTouch. Then when you get a little bit more finances, you can grab the sub, and then you can go for the virtually invisible speakers. And if you want to go for the multi-room experience, you can go ahead and do that. None of this has to be done all together. But the reason why I'm saying that is starting at the beginning, let's say that you do have the SoundTouch 300 and the sub already. When you set up to get the best experience, you want to start as if it is the beginning. So when I say that, I mean, I would recommend starting the setup process from the start and recalibrating the sound. So, we're going to talk a little bit about each of these categories. I'm so happy you're with me. I'm honored that you're here. Let's jump in with the virtually invisible SoundTouch speakers. All right, guys, so let's get into this. So, you could pick this up, basically, Bose.com, Best Buy, Amazon. These speakers are going to cost roughly about $300. Do not be put off by the reviews that you might read. Let me explain something really quickly. These are meant to make you have a surround sound experience. When you're listening to like the local news or something on TV, it's not going to be in surround sound. So a lot of people think you get these speakers and they're going to be blaring loud noises out of them. And that's not the case. The case is that they are used for surround sound, meaning if there's an audience clapping, you should be able to hear the clapping in the background. Or if a bullet, flies across the screen, you should be able to hear kind of the zooming sound from speaker to speaker. They are to create an immersive experience. You have to use this right here. A lot of people get their Bose units and they do not want to use this to set up. You need to use it once everything is plugged in. This will listen in your favorite listening spots of the room, or where you sit to watch your movies, and it will calibrate the entire system as a whole to sound properly. Do not forget to do this step. Now, presentation, the box is pretty small. They have the speakers nicely individually boxed inside. They have a good solid weight to them. They definitely do not feel chintzy or cheap in any way. And guys, if I'm being 100% honest with you, this system has just blown my mind. When I first purchased my first one, I loved Bose. I grew up around Bose, but I was not sure how amazing it would be. There's a lot of people that hate Bose out there just because it's Bose. So they'll go on websites, they'll write negative reviews about them. But the truth is, guys, it's amazing. Look at this speaker. It's very nicely made. It's not too big. It can be mounted to the wall. Of course, you get a pair. So let's go ahead and get this out. So the sound is amazing. And you have to take into consideration that this is completely wireless. And it's just blowing the lid off the room. No, it doesn't have Dolby Atmos. However, Bose does use stadium sound, and their soundbar does have speakers in places that uses the environment around it. And to be honest with you, I have a surround sound system that has Dolby Atmos, and when I'm using the SoundTouch 300 as a complete system, I can't tell the difference. This is actually really impressive, guys. So here's the other speaker, so you get two speakers. Now, here's the next part that a lot of people don't understand when they see these, is that they have to be plugged in. So the plugs are not going to be tiny, so that's kind of a drawback. However, if you think back from the old days, it's still better than having wires, running across your living room, or having to have it professionally installed through the roof and so on and so forth, because you're getting an amazing sound, yet all you have to do is plug each speaker in. So in one of my rooms, I basically just run the wire, behind maybe a nice plant or your couch, and you could actually, stage the speakers perfectly. But again, here's the other box. Once you stage the speakers, then do the calibration, because the calibration is based off of where you have it. So if you put the speakers in one spot and then move them, it's going to throw the sound off. And remember, if this headset in the calibration process hears something too loud, it's going to muffle the sound down. So it's so crucial to do that step, but also do it when you have everything in the proper positions. So in addition to the plug boxes, you get the cables to plug them in and the speaker wire. Now it's real simple. On the back here, you're just going to do the speaker wires right in there, and they clip in real nice and easy, so it's not hard. And if you notice, each of these have a left and right channel button on them, so you could decide which one is which, but once you decide, make sure that the switch is switched to the proper spot. Now, that is pretty much it in the box. You, of course, get some manuals and the little tool there. And these here are to help you with wiring. So if you need you can put the two pieces in, and then this turns into just a nice, easy plug and play. So you don't have to do any threading of wiring or anything like that. So that's basically it. Two complete kits. Now you're all set. It's open. How do you hook it up? Well, first thing you need to do, guys, if you're not familiar with the app that you need, I'll go ahead and I will throw the screenshots of this process. But it's very simple, guys. What you're going to do is you're going to open your SoundTouch app. When you open up your SoundTouch app, you're greeted with, hopefully the camera can zoom, and again, I'll throw some screenshots up for you. But you'll be greeted with, your internet radio. But up here there's 3 lines. And when you go to 3 lines, you should go 1, 2, 3, 4, about the 5th one down is settings. And in settings, it says add or reconnect speakers. This is how you add on to this system. Once you push this, it's going to search for the speakers. Now, everything is connected via Wi-Fi. So before you start setup, I recommend that you reset your router. Make sure you have a good, strong connection. Then go ahead and start the setup process. Once you set up and you connect everything together, run the calibration, now you're set as far as the speakers go. The next thing is, and I'm getting a lot of questions about this, is remember, if it's not 5.1, you're not always going to get sound out of these speakers. That doesn't mean they're not working. If you want to test this out, what I recommend doing is getting a 4K Blu-ray or a Blu-ray of your choice, put it in, start the movie. The next thing you want to do is go into your TV, doesn't matter what brand, I'll go ahead and I'll show you it here for the Samsung QLED, but you want to make sure that you have a few things clicked on and off. First one is you want to make sure that you have either DTS or Dolby Digital activated on your TV. You want to make sure that the audio delay is all the way turned down to 0. Then you can go ahead and pick the format you want. Now, in addition to that, in your Blu-ray player or your Xbox One or whatever you use for movies, even if it's your dish box for Dish Network or your cable box, go into the settings and make sure that surround sound is turned on also. Remember, sound systems put out what they receive. They're not the one that is, in this case anyway, dictating or upconverting what you're putting into it. If you feed this 5.1, it's going to give you 5.1. If you feed it, just a mono sound and surround sound is turned off, that's the sound you're going to get. Once you have everything turned on in your Blu-ray player or your gaming console, then you have everything all nice and set up in your TV. This is when it's time to play in the app. Now, when everything's set up in your app, then you can actually change a few things. Now, what I found that makes the sound experience a little bit better in the SoundTouch is turn the center channel up to around 2. This will give you better vocal. In addition to that, it will not taper down the rest of the sound. Now, if you're running music through it, music can be streamed straight from a service like Amazon Music. When you do that, the SoundTouch is actually streaming it straight, direct from Amazon Music, pumping out the sound. You could pick whether you want it just out of the SoundTouch. You could choose whether or not you want your sub on or off. And you can also choose for the multi-room audio which speakers you want it to come out of. Now, the nice thing about the Bose app is it's really no nonsense. There's not a lot of different things to choose from. So you basically, when you're all set up, you could either choose to play on all the speakers, or you could choose the ones that you want to play, whatever you're doing on by the app. Now, take into consideration, I did the video on the multi-room audio, and I'll say it again. A lot of people ask, well, what about the SoundTouch 10? Can I get these instead? Can I get the SoundTouch 10, a pair of those instead? Two things to keep in mind. The SoundTouch 10, 20, and you can go all the way up to the big one. It doesn't matter. In order to use it, you have to have a pair. Once you have a pair, you can then go into the app and it will allow you to turn on stereo sound. It still will not be a true 5.1 surround sound, however. So in a sense, if you get a pair, yes, you can use it. You can get more audio out of it, but it will not give you the true experience that you're going to want if you're watching, an action-packed movie or, a space movie, something that has lots of cool sounds. So bear that in mind. Now, the next thing is, why are these things getting bad reviews? Well, a lot of times we don't really understand everything that we're doing with the product, meaning, well, I'm not actually watching 5.1, that's why I'm having no sound. Or I've completely skipped the process with the headset to get the best sound out of it because I didn't want to do it. You know, I'm listening to old music, you know, that's lower quality. There's so many different reasons for there to be not the best sound in the world. So in order to get you in the right place, that's why you want to start with the best quality and work your way down. And when I say that, I mean putting in a high quality movie, a Blu-ray with great sound, calibrate your system, get it up and going, and then work your way down. Because you can also now, right, you have your phone, you could simply go over to the Bose, you touch your phone with NFC, that simple, Google Music, you could play it. You can also pick for it to come out of this or all, so you can have multi-room audio streamed straight from the SoundTouch or from any mobile device, because this has all capabilities, NFC, Bluetooth, and Wi-Fi. In addition to that, guys, you can also hook this up using Optical Hdmi with ARC support, right? Or through Bluetooth. Now, if you do not have ARC support, of course, I would recommend that you go with optical. The cables that came with this are not the best in the world. If you're having a lot of problems, first thing to look at is your cable. Make sure if you're using ARC that you have an HDMI cable that's capable of transmitting picture and sound at high quality. That working with a lot of you, you know, through messaging and so on and so forth, has been almost the problem every time when you're not getting sound. The next thing is sometimes no sound comes out. The best fix that I have found, unplug it, everything, not, you know, the optical, but the power. Let it sit for 60 seconds, plug it back in, let it reconnect to your network, and you should have perfect sound again. These are all little things that I have found over the last few months that the videos have been out and we've worked through with a lot of my subscribers. So if you guys have any other questions about this sound system or you need help setting up, reach out to me, guys. I am here for you. I do YouTube for you and you only. But I want you to know this is so genuine. This system is spectacular. I don't care what anyone says or what you've read. If it's set up properly, guys, considering it's completely wireless, this thing blows my mind. I crank this bad boy up when someone comes over and they're like, wow. Do I recommend going for the full system? I do. I understand that it's a lot of money and not at all times can we just go out and buy all of it at once. However, remember, judge it as you buy it. As a soundbar, if you just have a soundbar, remember, you're just using a soundbar. You want more bass, you want to just really rock your house, you add this sub, I guarantee you, this sub, I've heard a lot of subs in my life. This thing rocks your house. You want full 5.1 surround sound? Grab the speakers. Do you want an audio experience that you can listen to your music throughout all the rooms in your house? Grab yourself some of the SoundTouch speakers. They have so many different versions. They have new adapters to hook up some of your old speakers. I wouldn't be surprised if eventually it does get Dolby Atmos support, you know, by adding maybe some new speakers to it, because, I mean, really, this thing could keep being added to just through software updates. So, do I recommend this system? 100%. Yes, I am very happy with it. And this is the virtually invisible speakers. If you want true surround sound, I definitely recommend that you pick these up. Hey guys, I almost forgot. Why don't we see what this sounds like and see if we can put the haters to bed, show that Bose can completely rock your house. Got my app, I hooked it up through NFC. Got all the bells and whistles hooked up. Got the full 5.1 done. Let's hit play and hear for a few seconds due to copyright. So let's check it out.
Light to free me from my burden and bring me life eternally. I should have been dead on a Sunday morning, laying my head. No time for mourning, ain't got no time. I should have been dead on a Sunday morning, laying my head. No time for mourning, ain't got no time.
Woo! Rock and roll, baby! I hope this video was helpful for you, and I hope that you can enjoy your experience with your Bose, but if you need any help, reach out to me. Guys, life is so short. The world is a sick and disgusting place. I say this all the time, but I mean it so much, you know. My health took a turn and it just made me look at things different. But love your family. Love your neighbors. Take care of each other. Go outside. Go somewhere. Go to the store. Do something nice for someone today. You know, you can make someone's day so much better just by a kind act. I am so grateful, honored, and humbled that you have chosen to watch me. I know, guys, I'm a small channel and I'm a nobody. I hope that I helped you. I hope that you'll come back and watch more videos. I got lots of new ones to come. I'm honored to have you. Please mash that thumbs up button, subscribe, click the bell if you want to be notified when more videos come out. Guys, thank you so much. I'm JB Tech Fanatic. I love you guys, and I hope to see you in the next video. And until then,